What's up, Internet? Welcome back. Been a long time since I posted a video, but I'm back talking about because I just did a tune-up on one of my vehicles, and it dawned on me there's a couple things that you may not be aware of that you could probably use to help you when you do spark plugs in yours. The first thing is a spark plug socket. Now, it's kind of self-implied what this is for. It's for spark plugs, but the reason it's such a game changer is because A, it's got a hex on the end of it for tight engine bays, but also there's a gasket on the inside. So as you put a spark plug into it, it's not just going to fall out. So when you're reaching into engine bays, trying to put it down through a valve cover, this isn't just going to fall out and get lost forever. So that's something that I could always recommend. If you don't have that in your collection, you need to get it, and there's multiple sizes because there's multiple kinds of spark plugs depending on vehicle, make, model, whatever. To go along with that, highly recommend a locking extension. Now, a locking extension goes on like a normal one, but it doesn't come back off until you pull this collar. Now, the biggest reason for that is when you have a spark plug and a spark plug socket, once it's threaded into the head and you want to pull this back out, sometimes a regular extension can just pop off of the socket, and then you're working to get this back out. This just makes it easier to pull everything apart, especially on newer Hemis. They go down into the head. Hondas a lot are like that. Any type of dual overhead cam motor where it goes down through the spark plug with the, down through the valve cover. So those are your basic tools. Now, to help make the spark plugs operate as best as possible, you should always get some Dielectric tune-up grease. They sell small one-time use ones up towards the front of the store. I get the bigger tube because I have multiple stuff that I tear apart. But basically it's just a grease, kind of clear looking, and you just put that inside the spark plug boot or the boot that's on the end of the coil, depending on what you have, and that just helps keep dirt, grease, moisture, all that stuff out of there. Except for the stuff that you need, and it helps with connectivity with the electricity going through there. Lastly, you should probably get some anti-seize compound. Now, tip A on anti-seize compound is do not get this anywhere on your hand because it is very hard to wash off. It's designed to last for a long time, but basically you put this right on the threads of your spark plug, and that helps the spark plug thread into the head a lot better, but also when it comes time to take the spark plugs back out, they unthread way easier. It prevents rust, corrosion, everything getting up on the threads. Now, when you're putting the anti-seize compound on there, get it close to the end of the thread, so as you thread this down in there, it'll smear it all the way up the shank and down into the head. But you want to avoid getting it on the grounding strap, the electrode, the insulator, all that stuff. Just right here on the threads is best for that. So I hope that helps you out. If you have any other questions, comments, put them in the comment section down below. I'm working on something big because if you look behind me, the Camaro's not here anymore. Life happened. Had a lot of fun racing it, but kind of had to give that up with babies, bills, marriage, all those things. They take precedence over racing. Some of you can say I have my priorities out of order, but that's what life is. But I have another project waiting just outside, and I'm going to do another video when I show you what we're going to start on that and all the stuff we're going to do on it. So until next time, take it easy.